Hey guys, so I wanted to read you guys one of my favorite books. It's called Ferdinand, and it's about this sweet cow who just wants to smell flowers. It's very sweet. Okay, now this is the front cover of the book, which makes this part the, what do you think? The back cover. And these parts right here, these are the pages, and the pages have what? They have words that are written by the author. And they have pictures, which are also called illustrations. And they are, like in this book, it looks like they're drawn with maybe pen. Or sometimes they're painted, or sometimes they are photographed. And illustrations are done by the illustrator, right? And let's see. Here is our beautiful title page, and this is an old book. I got this at a used bookstore, so somebody else colored in it, which is not how we treat our books, right? That's not being very respectful, but the rest of it is fine. This is the cover page, or the title page, and the title page has the title, which is what the book is called. So the title of this book is The Story of Ferdinand, and it is written by Monroe Leaf, and it's illustrated by Robert Lawson. And there's a picture of Ferdinand. Once upon a time in Spain. Spain is a country in Europe. There was a little bull, and his name was Ferdinand. Oh, isn't he so cute and sweet? Look at him. Oh, I love cows. They're so cute. All the other little bulls he lived with would run and jump and butt their heads together. Those silly guys. But not Ferdinand. He's not playing with the other kids, huh? The other bulls. He liked to sit quietly and smell the flowers. Oh. He had a favorite spot out in the pasture under a cork tree. Do you see the cork tree? Cork tree is where we get cork boards and stuff from. Do you know that? It was his favorite tree, and he would sit in its shade all day and smell the flowers. It looks relaxing. Sometimes his mother, who was a cow, would worry about him. She was afraid he would be lonesome all by himself. Look, he's all the way over there by himself. He doesn't have any friends. Why don't you run and play with the other little bulls and skip and butt your head, she would say. But Ferdinand would shake his head. I like it better here, where I can sit just quietly and smell the flowers. So he's okay with being by himself, huh? His mother saw that he was not lonesome, and because she was an understanding mother, even though she was a cow, she let him just sit there and be happy. Yeah, so a mama cow is a cow, and the baby, do you guys know what a baby cow is called? It's called a calf. And a daddy cow is called a bull. Look at that big bull. Whoa, he looks so big and strong. When I was little, my dad used to say, eat your vegetables, it makes you strong like bull. Like that. It was really silly. You make muscles. As the years went by, Ferdinand grew and grew until he was very big and strong. He must have eaten lots of veggies. Look at him. All the other bulls who had grown up with him in the same pasture would fight each other all day. That's not very nice. They would butt heads with each other and stick each other with their horns. Ouch! What they wanted most of all was to be picked to fight at the bullfights in Madrid. Madrid is a big city in Spain. But not Ferdinand. He still just liked to sit quietly under the cork tree and smell the flowers. One day, 5 men came in very funny hats to pick the biggest to fight in the bullfights in Madrid. Look at those 5 guys. Look at their silly hats and silly mustaches. This guy even has a eye patch. All the other bulls ran around snorting and butting heads, leaping and jumping so the men would think they were very, very strong and fierce and pick them. Ferdinand knew that they wouldn't pick him, and he didn't care. So he went out to his favorite cork tree to sit down. He just wants to stop and smell the flowers, right? Uh-oh. He didn't look where he was sitting, and instead of sitting on the nice cool grass in the shade, he sat on a bumblebee. What do you guys think is going to happen? What do you think happens when you sit on a bumblebee? Well, if you were a bumblebee and a bull sat on you, what would you do? You would sting him, and that's exactly what that bee did to Ferdinand. Ouch! Have you ever been stung by a bee? It doesn't feel good. Wow, did it hurt? Ferdinand jumped up with a snort. He ran around puffing and snorting and butting and pawing the ground as if he were crazy. In Spain, they speak Spanish, which is where the name Spanish comes from. And in Spanish, to say crazy, you say loco. You guys say loco, he went loco. The 5 men saw him, and they all shouted with joy. He was the largest and fiercest bull of all, just the one for the bullfights in Madrid. Oh, poor Ferdinand. Did he want to go? He didn't want to go. He just got out. So they took him away for the bullfight day in a cart. See him in the big cart? It's being pulled by burros, which is the Spanish word for donkeys, burros. What a day it was. Flags were flying and bands were playing. Looks like a celebration, huh? And all the lovely ladies had flowers in their hair. Do you guys like to wear flowers in your hair? I like to wear flowers in my hair. They had a parade into the bull ring. Wow, look at that fancy horse. It's so beautiful. It has feathering on its legs. You see that? And it's all decorated. It's got a fancy bridle and saddle. And the guy on it has a fancy hat and fancy clothes. And even his horn has something on it for decoration. First came the banderillos with their long, sharp pins with ribbons on them to stick the bull and make him mad. That's not nice. Next came the picadors, who rode skinny horses, and they had long spears to stick the bull and make him madder. Aww. Then came the matador, the proudest of all. He thought he was very handsome and bowed to the ladies. He wore a red cape and a sword and was supposed to stick the bull last of all. Does this sound like they're being very kind to the bull? No, poor Ferdinand. I hope he's okay. Then came the bull, and you know who that was, don't you? Look at him. He doesn't want to come out. It's Ferdinand. I wouldn't want to come out either. They called him Ferdinand the Fierce, and all the banderillos were afraid of him, and the picadors were afraid of him, and the matador was scared stiff. Yikes. Ferdinand ran to the middle of the ring, and everyone shouted and clapped because they thought he was going to fight fiercely and butt and snort and stick his horns around. Is that what Ferdinand likes to do, though? No. Not Ferdinand. When he got into the middle of the ring, he saw the flowers and all the lovely lady's hair. He just sat down quietly and smelled. Sweet Ferdinand. He wouldn't fight and be fierce no matter what they did. He just sat and smelled, and the banderillas were mad, and the picadors were madder, and the matador was so mad he cried because he couldn't show off his cape and sword. What do you guys think's gonna happen next? So they had to take Ferdinand home. I'm sure Ferdinand was happy about that. And for all I know, he's still sitting there under his favorite cork tree, smelling the flowers just quietly. He's very happy. The end. Did you guys like that story? I love that one. Ferdinand's so sweet. All right. Well, I hope you guys are having a great day. Bye.